Housewives. Hey, hey y'all, it's California Cutiee here. I want you guys to come join moment. So always, you know. Hello, everyone. We are back again on California Cutie's channel. We are here to do a recap and review on Housewives of Potomac. Yes, we are. We are on episode 3. Okay, we're in season 10, episode 3, and it's called Chin Check. Okay. Some chin checking will be going on, okay? Well, we'll say there'll be some chin checking, but just in the words of chin check, not in like literal terms. So yeah, y'all, welcome to my channel. Let's take care of all the business. Please like the video as you step into the video. Also, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. We would love to have you to be part of my California Cutieee channel. To be a cutie on my channel, okay? And so, so subscribe, tell a friend, share me with your folks. I review a few reality shows, so check my channel out and see if there's anything on there that you like. I also do a couple of panels on my California Cutieee channel as well with the Coastal Critiques. That would be me and Barb. And then I also have another channel, which is called Sunday Brunch with Black Tea. And we just talk about plethora of things. And that is a panel as well with Miko and Candy. So check me out. Check my channels out. Check me out. Share me with your folks and all that good stuff. I hope everybody's doing well out there. It's a Saturday. So this is not a day I would regularly record, but hey, I'm here. I'm late, but I'm here. Okay, I'm here. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right on into it. Let me put my girls up first. Where my girls at? Front, the back, and when you're feeling that little one in, repeat that. All right, and then we are gonna put my notes up as well. All righty. You know, so what is this? Episode 3, and they dropped their taglines. Okay, so we're gonna get into the taglines, people. You know we love a tagline. So let's see who got the best one. You guys tell me in the chat which one is the best. Who you guys think represented their name and their brand the best. So we start off with Giselle. She says, "When the nest is empty, it's time for naked, grown, and sexy." All right, Giselle. Go on, girl. Empty nester. Okay, then we have Wendy. Okay, we have Wendy. And she says, "I put the high in higher education." That works. Okay. So then we got Stacy. And Stacy says, "Some people believe the lies, but still I rise." Okay, Maya Angelou. Okay. Then we got Kiarna. And Kiarna, you know, I always call her by K. It's just easier. But Kiarna K. Hers is, "Beauty is my business. Getting you together is my specialty." She didn't get some people together, so I'm just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say maybe hers might be true too. It might be true. So then we have Tia. You know, Tia has the London accent. I don't know why my stuff is acting all funky right now. My goodness, I feel like every time I go live by myself, my stuff lags. I am so sorry, y'all. I don't know what that is. When I go live with Barb, it never does that. I'm never lagging. So excuse me. So Tia from London says, "You can only clutch pearls if you have them. And darling, I have loads." She has loads of pearls, okay? Angel, you know, the other new housewife, Angel has her for her tagline, excuse me, hell has no fury like an angel scorn. I like that. I like to play on words. And last and least, not for real, Ashley. I'm a content creator. I gotta make it funny. Last and completely least. Now, maybe that's it. My computer is trying to die on me. Hopefully, this makes it better. But anyway, Ashley has this cherry blossom is ready for her second blossom. Oop, I'm sorry. This cherry blossom is ready for her second bloom. And you, as you guys recall, she had her second bloom party. So we got the tagline after the party. So I guess it makes sense. Nobody even Ashley for real the second bloom party. Like it's cute, but okay. So let's get right on into the chin check of it all, the whole chin check of it all. Okay. So we start off with Stacy and we get her with her daughter Arabella and her bestie. I don't know, whatever. I don't even remember his letters because what we got TJ, maybe it's JT. I don't know. But the best friend is sitting, they're there together at Arabella's having like a modeling coach class. She's I guess going out for Miss Third Grade. She's so cute. Bella is so pretty. That is a pretty little girl. I see why Stacey is so proud of her. She's really pretty and very confident. She's so pretty. And so Stacey had to get up though. But we're here and we have a coach. And the coach got her hands on her waistline and she's walking, and Bella's, taking her little stride and she's doing it. And Miss Stacy had to get up and excuse me, Miss Stacy had to get up and she wanted to show Bella, where her hand should be at, which is on her waistline and not her hips. And then she probably don't have no hips anyway, but let's go. And so yeah, so Stacy goes and models and do her thing, and her best friend was like, "Come on, Stace, come on back over here. We seen enough." Not like that, but yeah. And so Bella ends up, she struts again. There's probably a mirror in front of her, so she comes towards the mirror, and her coach, I think she was Miss Columbia, maybe. Beautiful girl. And so she puts her sash on and she also puts on her crown. And at that moment is where what's her name? Stacy ends up telling, like, Bella, you want to call dad? But she's a papa. You want to call papa? And so they call Timo. I think it's not Timo. I'm sorry. I cannot. Timo. Anyway, they call her father, and he's all proud, all on the phone and stuff, and watching her strut her little stuff. Cute, proud dad moment. So that was really cute and stuff. And so, in the confessional, Stacey says she hadn't told Bella, that they've been working things out. But she said, Bella's smart. She's smart enough to recognize that her mom and her dad is probably spending some time together, and they're not that they argue, because I don't know, it wasn't in their relationship at all. But I think she can see the difference in her mom now. Um, so yes, Stacey says she hasn't told her anything because, like, if they get a divorce, God forbid, if they get remarried and divorced again, that'll just be a lot on life. So, they're not rushing into anything. So that's cool. So then we meet up. I need a drink. We meet up with Wendy and Kay. And they meet up at like the shoreline. They're in Potomac, so they're at the top, I guess. Maryland. Yeah. So they meet up at like the shoreline. Now let me tell you something. You can hand me that handbag, Bookie Bear. That handbag was so cute. It looked like a vase. It looked like a vase. Like it was so cute. It was iridescent. My favorite color is turquoise. And when you put pink and purple with that turquoise, and that's what color the bag was, it was so pretty. I like, ooh, girl, give me that bag. Excuse me. So anyway, they ended up meeting at the shoreline to discuss their little issues and the things that they have going on. More so Kay, because Kay is the one that is feeling like Wendy is not really a true friend. She feels like she's a friend on TV when it's an opportunity to look like a good friend. That's what Kay is feeling like. She feels like that when Wendy and her are together in a social setting, that she kind of blows her off. Um, the energy kind of changes. So that's what she really wanted to talk to Wendy about. Wendy, they both sit on this bench. When they both have on eyeglasses. Wendy is the first to take her glasses off, but I can tell in her body language that I don't know how this is gonna go. So we get Kay. Oh, so we get Kay in the confessional, basically saying that Wendy seems to be a fake friend to her. She gives off the energies that someone that does not like Kay. Now that's weird. Like, how do you? Let me finish the sentence. She said she gives off the energy like someone that don't like me, but she tolerates me. So I was like, ooh, yeah, I'm not being tolerated. That's not cool. And people can feel that. I don't care how much you think you put your face on and I'm smiling when we can see it. Wendy, we can see that you don't like Kay. I don't know if you know that, but we can see it. Okay. So she don't really Kay don't really feel like she has an authentic and true friendship with Wendy. So now we go back to them talking. Um, we go back to them talking, um, about their issues because remember I told you that she was just in a confessional. Anyway, okay, one of my clients. All right, sorry about the ding ding, y'all. And so Kate asks her, before we get into the issues, this is like beside the point. And I think she should have waited. Like y'all tell me in the chat, don't y'all think she should have discussed everything and then brought up the Preakness? But okay, Cape says, you know what, besides, but aside from the issues, are you, she's like, I'm doing something for the Preakness. And the Preakness is, remember, the the horse races and stuff. They did that before. They went there before and we saw them, had a great time or whatever. And so Wendy said, yes, yes. Kay said, okay, so you're hosting something at the Preakness, and so I said Preakness, child, the Preakness, Preakness. And so Case, offered, maybe we can host something together. Maybe we can do something together or something. Girl, the look on Wendy's face. First of all, she was already nodding her head, like this. No, all she didn't do was say, child, no, we're not doing that. But she was like, I was like, Wendy, you're not hiding nothing, okay? You're not hiding not one little taste of nothing. So anyway, Kay tells Wendy how she did the legwork at the Black Eyed Pea, moving too fast. Kay tells her that she has done some legwork for the Black Eyed Susan. Um, Black Eyed Susan is, I think, a brand that also is going to be at the Preakness. And Wendy's told her that, well, uh, the first lady of Maryland team, they reached out to me, and so so Kay says, okay, well, okay, well, that's fine. She like hurried her because literally you can tell Wendy was like, well, like I've already got something going on. So, like I said, Kay's like, okay, girl, okay, cool, all right. So, she said you can host your event, and Wendy cuts her off by saying she doesn't know what the issue is. What the issue is again. And I'm like, isn't that why we're here, Wendy? Wendy, you guys are there to again address the issue that Kay is having. I don't know why it's so hard for her. All of a sudden, she acts like she's stuck on stupid. And I know you're not. You stuck on stupid because you don't like her. So Kay in this moment, because there is no enthusiasm about this event. And oh yeah, Kay is like, I can tell. Cause like y'all tell me in the chat, if I'm hosting an event, my homegirl is gonna be hosting an event. Wouldn't y'all team up and be like, what you doing? Okay, well, this is what I'm doing. Well, okay, we can double up. We can make it a double event, especially the way their events were set up, because we're gonna find out that Kay is having a pregame before the Preakness event. So y'all literally could have did this together. Y'all could have teamed up and did this together. Plus, it's a housewife franchise thing, so it's like y'all could have made this real cute, real cute. So Wendy says in her confessional that she's really happy to host the ladies' Preakness. Excuse me. It's she's really happy to host the lady of Preakness. It's a other thing. Oh, I put so the lady of Preakness is, it's a big deal at the Triple Crown, and it's a staple in Maryland's community. So producers show us the clip of when the ladies was there a season or few ago. Um, and like I said, you dress real nice. Um, I'm not sure, is where they go do the divots, where they post put the when the grass gets. No, I think that's the when they go play polo or something. Don't give me the line, child. I don't know. Don't give me the line. I'm trying to sound educated, all right. But anyway, so we get Wendy in her confessional saying, let's be clear. The first lady of Maryland, uh yeah, I'm sorry. Oh no, we get Kay in her confessional clowning Wendy like, okay, girl, the first lady, Maryland, invite you. Okay, girl, yeah, whatever. Okay. So Kay in her confessional is like, mocking Wendy and all that stuff. So I'm just like, I don't know if they can get past this, y'all. It's not petty, but it's petty when somebody doesn't see that you are being shitty to me. And I'm telling you being shitty to me. And you like, I'm not though, but you are though. And we all can see it though. And the only reason why it's keep coming across and it keeps being shitty is because you don't like her. And you should just say what it is. Because right now, I feel like you have Kay wasting her time. Wendy, open your mouth and say what's the problem. And quit saying, she has an issue. I don't know what the issue is. She's trying to tell you what the issue is. You are very dismissive. Why are you being like that? You don't like her? You don't like her? You like her? Tell her. Wendy tells her what she brought what she brought up at Ashley's party was very juvenile. So I have an issue with you and it's juvenile, huh? Okay. All I know is Kay is taking notes. And I know she's just gonna be like, girl, one strike, two strikes. You only going on your third strike, girl. And if you get to three, I'm not gonna fuck with you. Not that I like Kay's attitude and all that either. Let's be clear, Kay. You coming across a little too. I'm trying to learn your personality a little bit, and it's kind of coming off a little. So, anywho, yeah, I don't like the dismissiveness. I just don't like it. And like I said, Kay is trying to express, Ben trying to express, what's going on and how she feels Wendy treats her. Um, and of course, Wendy keeps denying, that's not true. Everything is not true. Wendy, it's not true. I'm like, girl, it is. I'm sorry. So Wendy brings up the time where Ashley um has said that Kiana or Kay's boyfriend she was using drug dealer money. And Wendy was the only one that came to her defense and walked over. Kay ran off or walked off, and then Wendy came over to her. And production shows us that. That's cool. But Karen did the same thing when she got hit with the glass. So is Karen a superhero too now, Wendy, because she went to go make sure that somebody that is in the group was in hurt and needed some attention? Was that not from the bottom of your heart that you had to throw it back up to her? Because she's not saying you're not a good friend or you came to her defense and all of that stuff. And the fact that Wendy even said, well, I came to your defense with a blind eye. A blind eye of what? Are you saying that Kay did something that now you look back you don't agree with? Because I'm so confused. I'm tired of being confused, y'all. I'm tired. We're only in season 3. I mean, episode 3, and I'm tired already. Like, come on now, don't do this because it's a circular argument, and I'm getting tired of it. Kay tells Wendy, "You only show up when you can't align it, so it looks like you're a friend." But privately, I expect more from your friendship. That's what Kay tells Wendy. Kay says she found it funny that she was so locked into Giselle's conversation when they were at the Second Bloom Ashley's event. They were talking about the outfit that Wendy had on. Wendy and Giselle were talking, and Kay sat by Giselle and walked up, and they just kept talking. And usually, when you talk, if you're not going to acknowledge the fact that I'm sitting right here, you at least start talking to both of us. Like you give us both eye contact. Like, girl, this is a 2-piece. And so I look at you, even though you just got here, I look at you and I'm like, yeah, girl, I got a 2-piece on, whoop wop. And then that usually means that the other person usually engaged. Girl, I didn't even know that was a 2-piece, girl. I didn't know. Then y'all have a, 3-way conversation. That didn't happen. So that's where it gets like confusion. And I feel like Wendy keeps dismissing it. Like I didn't do anything. I was having a conversation with Giselle. You were, and Kay sat down and you kind of ignored her. Wendy says, no, you don't. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me go back. Yeah, so Kay found it funny that she was so locked into Giselle's conversation when she don't even like her. Huh? It's talking about she's like, you don't even like her. You don't even like her, Wendy. Wendy, you don't even like her. And then Wendy says, you don't like her either. I said, are y'all throwing each other under the bus on purpose? Are y'all deflecting on purpose? Like, I am still confused. I don't want to be confused, y'all. I don't like confusion. I don't. I'd like to just know that they don't get along because she told her. She told her what it was. That's not happening. It's not happening. So when he says, no, you don't like her, Kay says, no, actually, I do like her. Wendy tells Kay to take a breath. Breathe a second. Breathe. Kay, like, girl, I am calm. I'm good. Wendy says she no longer knows what the issue is. Maybe if you take a second to get your head out of your ass so you can hear what Kay is telling you for the upteenth time. I don't know. Are y'all confused? Do y'all not know what the issue is? Is Wendy correct in this moment? Can y'all tell me? Because like I'm not a Wendy lover, I'm not a Kay lover. Like I'm just trying to figure out Kay is trying to tell Wendy what the problem is. Wendy keeps closing her eyes every time Kay talks. I don't get it, y'all. I thought that's why I was here. The issues. In the confessional, Wendy basically says that Kiana needs she needs somebody to hold her hand, and Wendy's a grown ass woman. She basically is not gonna do all that. Wendy gives this start out of nowhere. She she just starts laughing. Wendy, are you okay? Wendy, Wendy, are you okay? She started laughing like hard, like she's just laughing, and it kind of annoyed me. Like I was like, oh my god. So it annoyed Kay as well. Kay was like, goodbye, Wendy. Goodbye. Thank you, girl. Because I'm not about to do this with you. And she's still laughing like hard, like, but it's fake. It's that I can't even think right now, but it was such a condescending laugh. And so that's why Kay was like, yeah, girl. She was like, you know what? She was like, you know what? You be bullshitting. And so Wendy continues to laugh, fake ass laugh. Kay tells her she full of shit. Wendy gives her the finger. She gives her the bird. Kay flips her off too. Like, and then these two dum dums, bird brains. I don't know. Y'all not bird brains. I'm saying that because I'm trying to figure out why y'all wasting so much time on this. I need y'all to move on now. This is the third episode and we're still Wendy don't know what the issue is. I need y'all to move on. These goofballs walk off together and Wendy's, trying to hug all on Kay. And Kay like, get off me, girl, get off me. And I'm just like, are y'all friends or not? Y'all cool or not? Oh, let me say this too. Jamie, that's me. I see they be watching you, my girl. I see they be watching you. Because there's two things that they said. I said, oh, that's a Jamie, that's me thing. One thing that I think Kiana said, is you cool? Is you cool? I said, ooh, that sound like Jamie. That's a Jamie, that's me. That's a Jamie, that's me. And I'm not saying Jamie made that up. I'm just saying she says it a lot. And I love it when you do it, girl. And then there was another thing that Kay said, it'll come to me, and when it does, I'll tell you guys right now. I can't think of it, but I was like, okay, tell us y'all watching Jamie, that's me. Tell me you is, because my girl is over 100K in these streets. Okay, these YouTube streets. So yeah, all right, back to the lecture at hand. Okay, so we head over to Angel's house, and we find out that her mom transitioned like 10 years ago. And you know that Angel is the baby of, I can't remember how many children they have. I feel like it's like, I'm going to say it like this. It's 7 to 11. I don't know. Angel, I'm so sorry. I can't remember, but it's a lot of children. And Angel is at the very end with her sweet self. Sometimes I really think that Angel is going to start being one of the people I like. But she says that she carries the wisdom that her mom gave her. And so I love that, I do. Because I'm the oldest. I am the oldest of 6 girls. So she is the polar opposite of me. But I love it, So they had told a story about when her husband, is her husband Bobby? Yeah, Bobby. This is Rob and a Bobby. So Bobby is Angel's husband and Rob is Tia's husband. Okay, we're trying to figure it out. We're gonna get it together. It's gonna be able to flow off my lips real easy in a minute. So anyway, we find out they tell a story about how Angel's mom was a stickler for people not wearing shoes on her rugs, right? And so the first time Bobby, excuse me, Bobby has they were just dating, and the first time he went over to Angel's parents' house, she had told him, "Oh yeah, my mom don't like shoes on the rug. And he was like, and I guess I guess he never met her mom either because she was already gone. So he even said like, well, she ain't here no more. Like, so Angel says, um, there was no windows open or nothing, no breeze blowing. I don't think no air conditioning was on, but the papers on the dining room table flew off. Bobby said, "Oh, okay, so this a package deal. I didn't know it was a package deal. Let me take my shoes off, basically." So, stuff like that happens to me and my family. So I love to hear other people's stories when uh somebody's energy moves through the room, and that's what happened. The mom's energy basically moved through that house and moved through that table, and so she she definitely would made a sign and let it be known like I might be gone, but I'm still here in spirit. So so Angel ends up telling, so her dad is there. And that's another thing. I don't know if you guys pay attention to this. There was another thing. Her dad was there and her dad was sitting down. I think he was eating, and she had an orchid there. The orchid was so pretty. It bloomed so beautifully, right? And so I had a really pretty orchid recently, and my orchid when um it had bloomed, all of them had bloomed so pretty, and when it fell apart, but it fell all together as one whole orchid, and the flower fell into the pot that it was in. Now, when Angel walked up to her dad, she says to him, "What happened to my flower?" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't touch your flower. I didn't touch it. I did not touch it." And so she picks up a petal and another petal. She was like, "Dang." And literally, I'm thinking to myself, that ain't nobody but her mama. Especially if she's gonna notice the type of, like, I do that type of stuff. Like I said, my whole orchid, the whole thing pulled off. So I was able to just put it back in the pot and just sit it there. It just stayed together. The fact that hers was pulled apart and her dad was sitting right there, I was like, ooh, the daddy didn't realize the mama's trying to get his attention. So the daughter had to tell him. I'm into that kind of stuff, y'all. I'm sorry. But anyway, let's get back into Angel sharing with Bobby, her dad, and Bobby's mom is there, how she still couldn't get some things off of her mind with the girls being there the other day. I think it was the day after. And so she's like, some things was said. Giselle had brought to her that let me see how I put in my notes. Bobby, when she said she says to Bobby, I still can't get over some things when the girls were here because Giselle related to Angel that Kay said that she chin checked her when she went to Kay's event. Angel slept on it, and she doesn't like that Kay would use those words about her. Bobby said, yeah, because chin check means chin check. Everybody knows that. Angel says yes, and she needs to have a deeper conversation with Kay about about it, because she always has Kay's back no matter what. So that would be a big issue if that's what she said. That would be disrespectful. Okay, so we head over to Stacy and Jazzy. Okay, we get our first look at Jazzy. You guys remember Jazzy? I feel like she was a friend of, I don't think she was on the show as a cherry blossom holder, but Jazzy was on the show before. And they out for lunch. Jazzy looks great. Jazzy has on all white, and Stacy's like, "Yeah, you look just like a bride." So she's getting ready to get married and all that good stuff. Stacy tells Jazzy that when they got ditched by Mia last season, well, after the season, if y'all recall, Mia had invited them out to Miami to have her birthday get together with Mia. When Stacy and Jazzy got there was no Mia. Mia was there, but she was her name, MIA. She didn't call the girls or none of that. So basically, Stacy saying the best thing that ever happened to them is that they both got stuck without going to hang out with Mia, but they were, they bonded over the bullshit, basically. And so you know, I don't like when people have to bond over bullshit, but okay, it is what it is. And so Stacy apologizes to Jazzy for not being the best kind of friend she could be. And Jazzy like, oh, I think you might be going a little on the deep end, But she was like, no, when you love somebody, she's like, when I love somebody, I show it, and I just haven't been showing it. I haven't been showing up for you. Jazzy says Jazzy's getting ready for her wedding. I already told you guys that. Stacy wanted to know does she have to does she has her does she have her bridal dress? But she just said, do you have your dress? Or should I say dresses? And Jazzy's like, oh, you already know. Dresses is more what you should be saying. So Jazzy feels like brides should not should that her as a bride, she's gonna be entertaining all the people that she brought to her wedding. So, she wants to, I can't wait to see it. I hope they do put it on TV, televise it. That would be nice. And so Jazzy asked no, Jazzy said that she was going to the Preakness on Friday. Stacy says, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be there." Jazzy said, "Oh, everyone in Maryland's gonna be there." You know, Stacy tells her that that'll be a great chance for everybody, the ladies, to reconnect with Jazzy, because I just told y'all Jazzy was part of the Friends last season, or it might have been season before last. I'm not sure. Don't get me the line. I watch too much TV and I'm too old to be trying to figure out what is going on sometimes. Okay, so forgive. Okay, so in the confessional, we find out that Stacy gets an invitation that that Kay sent to the ladies. She sent it to all the ladies, and it's a pre-gaming brunch for for the Preakness, and it's gonna be at her condo. Stacy also tells us that she got a text from Wendy that all the ladies uh also received, that she was invited that she was invited by the first lady to Preakness, and she wants the ladies to join her there. So Stacy says she just gonna put her dress on and her fascinator on and just show up. Okay. And that's what I was saying. See, there's a pregame and then there is the actual event. Okay. Y'all could have did this together. Could have did it together. I'm sorry if I yelled and you guys. I'm sorry. They could have did it together. So Stacy tells Jazzy that she's having such a hard time with the ladies, that every time she's hanging out with the ladies, they gang up on her. She tells her that Giselle and Ashley demanded that she presents the her divorce papers. Stacy said basically, wait, say happy for. Oh, Stacy said basically that they wasn't really, really happy about her rekindling with her ex-husband. Jazzy shares with her that her grandparents actually got divorced for like 6 months. They were divorced 6 months, but they ended up being married for 60 years. I know there's a 6 month pause, but 6 months is not a year. And even if it was a year and it still was married 60 years, get out of my face, they was married 60 years. Divorce and all. Okay. Stacy said, didn't Giselle get back together with her ex-husband? Talking about Jamal. Jazzy said, yeah, that too. Stacy says, speaking of Giselle, Word on the street is Giselle has a new man. So she pulls her phone out and she showed Jazzy a picture of Giselle sitting with a man. They kind of blur out the man a little bit on the camera, so we can't really get a full visual, but it looks like she had a video of what was going on because it had a play button in the middle of it. So I'm thinking it's a play, and we could probably see who it was if they were trying to show us. So they weren't trying to show us purposely. Stacy says she knows people in the neighborhood. I said, there she go. She know people in the hood, y'all, in the neighborhood. So Jazzy said, "That's not like you, Stacy." Stacy said, well, I found out that this guy's a retired NFL player, and he's 50 years old, and they blur. Uh, so she asked Jazzy, like, "Wait a minute, you think your fiance would know him?" She said, he probably know of him because this man is 50 or over 50, and Jazzy is younger. So, like, yes, NFL players do know each other and know, especially if he's a good player to some extent. Yes, they're gonna know each other or know of each other for sure. So yeah. And y'all know that Giselle was on Love Hotel, so I'm feeling like it probably was somebody she was dating on the show, and she didn't tell everybody, or Stacey close enough to her to know that she was on this show, and that's probably what it was. She got a picture of Giselle out on a date on that show. And let me apologize to Giselle now, because if y'all watch my last review, I was saying Giselle was humping the air because she wasn't getting them. Well, maybe she was humping the air because she is getting some and she thinks it's cute. Giselle doesn't have any rhythm, and when she dances, it looks crazy and not in a good way. I don't like it. Okay. So now we head over to Tia's house where the teenagers are teenaging. She has the two teenage girls. They're 16 and 13. Her 13-year-old is a little more headstrong than the 16-year-old, but I can tell the 16-year-old still be like, girl, you be trying to do too much. They remind me of me and my sister. I'm 4 years older than my sister, and I'm always as like I'm always the calm one. My sister would have been the one saying, "Oh yeah, I'm bringing 5 friends over." Mom said one, I'm bringing 5, and you better not tell her. What? I ain't telling her though. But what you say? You bringing how many friends, and I'm only bringing one, which is probably my boyfriend. So I guess we both keeping secrets, okay? So anyway, the teenagers are teenaging, and Rob and Tia end up, because they was getting on my nerve. I don't want to talk about that. They was getting on my nerve. And so anyway, Rob and Tia end up going to their backyard, which is really cool. They have a really nice backyard, and they sipping on whatever they were sipping on. And she tells Rob that he has really been really supportive, and that she thanks him for that. Every time they start off with that with the newbies, I'd be like, is that in y'all contract to say that? Are y'all gotta say that? That y'all like, oh, you're so supportive, and I just love you so much. And I mean, I don't know what I would do without you if I didn't, with kids. And I'm not saying he's not a good person. I'm just saying sometimes that gets on my nerve. They really be like, it's like I said, is it in the contract? You start off with that, and then y'all can bring your problems up. So, where we at? So anyway, she says, you've been so supportive. She said, outside of the one day, see, outside of that one day, the whole family was waiting on me to come home to cook dinner. She said, I wasn't a happy bunny. I wasn't a happy bunny. I said, girl, you really want to say I was fucking pissed off? Don't y'all ever do that shit again to me, or I will not cook for the rest of y'all life. That's what you wanted to say? You wasn't a happy bunny, though. I like it. I can read between the lines. Rob tells her what he's like, but I wake up at 6:30 every day, and then I go to work. That day was a choppy day, as well. Tia says maybe they should have the kids make a dinner, one day out of the week to, help out around the house. Rob says that's a good idea, except for you're not going to enforce it. Tia tells him, I think I will enforce it. Tia says they parent differently. You know, Rob does a lot of talking, and that falls on deaf ears because once you start talking too much, these kids they tune you out. And she says, but when I talk, she said, whereas I go ape. What she say? I go ape shit crazy. When she said, but it seems to, but I get results. I said, do you? You get results when you go batshit crazy? Okay, okay, got you. She gave an example that her mom had a little bit of crazy in her because her mom, if she told her to go wash dishes and she didn't wash those dishes, the mama would put those dishes on her bed, on her daughter's bed. You didn't wash the dishes? Okay, well here they are in your bed. I bet you go wash them now. That's nasty. It's real nasty. Don't you put no dirty dishes on my bed. I'd rather you come pour water on me. Okay? Don't put no dirty dishes on my bed, on my clean sheets, on my clean bed. Don't do that. That's crazy. And children, listen to your parents. Stop wait until you feel like doing the dishes. Go do the dishes when they tell you. Then you won't get in trouble like that. Okay. Rob thinks that the kids listen to him. He do. Rob says they both need to be enforcing things as a parent so that the kids will respect them to say yeah, because she can't stand no rude children. Oh yeah, she's like, oh yeah, that sounds good because I can't stand no rude children. So now we head over to Giselle, Giselle and Tia. They're out doing some shopping. You know, Giselle is hosting her um, Captain Save a Ho, Captain Save a Ho shindig, her little boat trip. So they're out shopping. Giselle asks Tia how she's doing. She says, "Oh, I'm knackered." And Giselle said, "You're what? You're naked?" She said, "No, I'm knackered." She said, what does knackered mean? She's like, like tired. I'm knackered. Like she's like, yeah, I'm not adding that to my repertoire. That ain't a cute word at all. So I was like, girl, I've heard that word before. It's funny though. Angel meets up with the ladies as well. Giselle says she hadn't seen Angel since her tranquility event. Tia says it's funny when I say Tia when I'm doing voice recording on my notes. I say Tia and it comes up TS like TS medicine. So I'm like, what does that say? So Tia says she was the only one that showed up in yoga pants to the tranquility party. Giselle tells her, but she wasn't stylish though. So Tia says it's not that you're telling me anything about style. I was like, get her, Tia. Get her. Cause I know damn well, first of all, if she showed up in yoga pants, she didn't have to be stylish. She showed up in what she was supposed to show up in. Yoga pants. Okay, let's be clear. And that so production shows us 110 pictures of whack ass Giselle wearing whack ass clothes. So she thinks she the finest thing moving, and girl, your clothes are horrible. Okay. Well, I think you're cute. I shouldn't say she thinks it. I think she's very pretty. Anyway. Tia said she slid into Giselle's DMs and told her that this is before Tia was a housewife or anything. She told her that she could help her with her fashions, but Giselle don't answer her DMs, and of course Giselle gonna say, "Yeah, unless you got a big penis." I said, "Girl, that's your problem. That's why you don't have one. You got to dial one because your brain is on the wrong thing." But that's okay. That's your brain. I'll let you be big penis on the brain if you like. Wendy walks in. I don't know. Wendy always walk in and look like she got to stick up her butt. I don't know. She looks like maybe her heels are too tall. I don't know. It just her walk is kind of it's a little different. She ain't slithering though. She's not slithering, but she definitely walks different. So she walks in, and Giselle says to the ladies, Giselle says the ladies have been getting together, but they haven't been having any fun. Angel was like, "Wait a minute, y'all didn't have fun at my event." Giselle was like, "No," and I'm talking just like that. No. Angel said she needs to know what their level of fun is. Giselle was like, "No, I'm about to tell you." She says, she's about to be Captain Save a Hoes. Captain Save these hoes. They're gonna go on a trip to Nevis, which is an island in the Caribbean, and they're gonna be at the Four Seasons. Angel's like, "Oh yeah, now that's you talking, you talking my language now." Angel says she's never been away from her kids though, so the ladies are gonna have to hold her down. Giselle said that Wendy and Angel went to college together. Y'all went to college together, girl. Yeah, y'all went together. Y'all went to college together, right? She was like, "Yeah, but we didn't party together." And Wendy's like, because I already told y'all before that Wendy was a senior and Angel was a freshman when they were in school. So Tia said, "Well, y'all just gotta make up for lost time." So, but even in that, Wendy. So Wendy was like, "Oh, okay, let me, let's look at the clothes, whatever." Even in that, I just feel like Wendy was like, "Yeah, girl, I'm looking forward to getting to know you. I can't believe we went to the same college. Like, there's no extra. It's weird. It just doesn't feel like Wendy is putting any effort into anything to me." So, yeah, so Wendy wants to get, she wants to start shopping and whatever. And she was like, looking at the clothes, she was like, "Who shop here, Grandma?" First of all, we all know Giselle can't shop. Let's be clear. Giselle asked, I've done this before too, so I'm not saying nothing, but let's be clear. Giselle walked into the boutique and the lady had on a shirt. She said, "Oh, you sell that shirt here? Where's that shirt?" Like, I'm like, "Oh, so you that girl. You see it on somebody else and then you want to wear it because you're like, oh, I can make it look better. If it catch my eye and it's cute on her, I can really rock it." There's her problem. Anyway, Angel asked Wendy, how did the talk with Kay go? Remember that Kay and Angel have been friends for 20 years. So for Kay to ask Wendy, how did it go? Let's see how this goes. Wendy said, "Oh, it went okay." Wendy says she stated where she was. Wendy stated where she was coming from, where Wendy was coming from. She was like, "Yeah, I stated where I was coming from and how I was feeling." But she still don't understand where Kay is coming from because of the example she was given. It wasn't equating to betrayal or anything like that. What? I'm trying to figure out what is Wendy. Is it something bigger in your head and then, or is it smaller in your head and then she's making it bigger? Because like her saying that, like she's like the betrayal. It's not equating to any betrayal. Who said it was a betrayal? I'm telling you that I feel like you don't treat me the same way around people that you do when we're on the phone. What betrayal are you talking about? It's weird. So Giselle brings up that Kay said that you asked if she did her own makeup. Tia chimes in and gives her best American accent. She was like, no. She said, "Did you do your makeup?" When I tell you, I love when people have accents and can do an American accent real easy. It cracks me up. And they always either do somebody ghetto or somebody uh hood. They always they can do that real good. It's so funny. So Wendy, I'll put, and she said that she got in Wendy's face and talking about, did you do her makeup or did you do your own makeup? Wendy says, if if I said that, if you say that, if you no, she said, if you say it like that, yeah, it sounds bad. I'm like, if you say it any kind of way, if you don't, if you said it right, if you said, oh, you did your own makeup and you didn't elaborate and say, oh, it looked good, you did your own makeup, or are you saying you did your own makeup, your makeup artist canceled on you, or you let them tell you, or oh, girl, let me help you touch it. I don't know. It's the fact that you said that and then left it like that. You didn't elaborate to her. So how else could Kay take it? I would have took it the wrong way too. I would have. Um. So yeah, it was shady. I don't care what she's talking about. It was shady. You was being shady, and So hold on, Wendy. Like I said, she never elaborated and says that she didn't mean it like that. She took it the wrong way. She would have never came at her like that. So you were, I don't know what I put. It says shading, but no. Oh, you were shading her, and you wouldn't have said you was not being shady. You're right. I said I just elaborated on that for you guys. So anyway, hold on, y'all. Let me get to my notes are weird. Wait, let's scratch my head. Giselle, Giselle's asking if there is gonna be an issue at the Preakness. And Wendy said, not if Kay, She said, no, it shouldn't be. It's gonna, and if it does, it's gonna come from Kay. Um, Giselle brings up yet again, if Angel and Kay are good. Why do you keep bringing up to Angel if y'all good? You and your homegirl good. That just you's a messy little something. Angel and Kay are, if they're good after the little spat they had. Angel tells the girls that Kay doubled back and tells her that she never chin checked. Says she chin checked Angel. So Kay went back and told Angel that she never said that she chin checked her. Right? I was like, this is and I guess this was before Angel came to the store that they're at right now. Giselle brought it up at Angel's event. Wait, what am I saying here? Oh, I just told y'all. Giselle said she said it, so she owned it. Guys, for it. Okay, I just told y'all that. Angel says, well, if Kay really said that, it's gonna be a real problem. Because I wouldn't use those two words to address any friend of mine. I'm like, yeah, that's true. You wouldn't, but how, um Wendy proceeds to say, oh, so I'm sorry. Angel says, well, that's crazy that if she said that, I just can't get over she would say something like that, after the things that happened with her. Wendy proceeds to say, oh, you mean when she was hit on her head? So Giselle says the next time they're all together, that'll be the first conversation. Girl, you always got something to say, and it ain't gonna be the first conversation, girl. Shut up. Oh, instigating ass. Anyway, so we head over to Kay's house for the Preakness pregame brunch. And y'all know how Kay do. Kay got the chef. He's chefing and doing his thing. Greg is there for support, y'all. Let me give Greg a little, hold on. Let me give Greg a little pop. He gets a little applause for being there and being in support of his girl, okay? Um in the confessional, in the confessional, Kay says that Greg does support her. He may not do it exactly the way she wants him to do it, but long as she know that he's putting the effort in this, to in support of her, she's all for it. Kay mom arrives. That's Michelle. Michelle arrives, and her and Greg's relationship is not the best, but it's not the worst either. I think Michelle tolerates him. She already told us that she doesn't really like the way her daughter is around him. So, and so we'll see how that goes. Stacy is the first to arrive out of the Housewives. Stacy is trying to get to the bottom of Greg and Kay's relationship. She does tell Michelle that she's beautiful, Kay's mom. And then she goes over there to Greg. Hey, Greg, hey, she's like, hey, you stay here? You live here? She's like, no, this is Kay's place, but I'm over here a lot. Oh, so you don't live here? And he said, no, I have my own place, but we're back and forth between the both places, whatever. I was like, that's you in his business a little too tough. Now, when somebody check your ass, when Kay don't like you like that, don't get mad when she come check you. Ashley arrives, and then Giselle arrives. Giselle arrives as well. She asked Michelle, "Are you coming out with us?" Michelle was like, "Oh no, not this time." In the confessional, Kay says, "Kay, oh." In the confessional, Kay is mad. She don't like what Giselle got on. She was like, she came over here with this two-piece on and this crinkly wig on and the crinkly hat. It's just, I don't know. It's just not working. And she knew she was coming over here. I was like, ooh, you don't like her outfit? Okay. So yeah, Kay didn't like Giselle's outfit. It could have been better. Like she said she didn't put no thought into it. And it kind of looked like that. It kind of looked like she didn't put no thought into it. Giselle tells the ladies, Stacy and Ashley and Kay, that's who's there, that they are invited on a trip to Nevis, and which is a surprise to Stacy. And when I tell you it's a surprise, she's very surprised. She's like, I'm invited. And when she said, she's like, oh, good, we get to roommate Giselle again. Giselle's like, no. Then Tia arrives. We get Kay's mother and Greg sitting out on the outdoor balcony, and Kay's mother says, Kay looks gorgeous, and Greg agrees, and Kay's mom's like, oh yeah, oh, that's why you love her, because she looks so pretty, she's so beautiful. He was like, oh yeah, 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 and he was like, wait, that's not the only reason why I love her though. And so I think that was he almost put himself in a trick bag. Then the music changes. I don't know if y'all caught that, but the music changes, which means dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Miss Wendy Osefo walks in the door. She looks nice. I liked her outfit. We get her in the confessional saying, oh, hold on, y'all. All right, hold on. Like the video, y'all. We almost done, y'all. We get Wendy, I think, in her confessional saying that she's good. She's good to come. I'm good to go to Kay's brunch because she likes a good. She said I liked it a good nosh before the races, and she likes some good grub, some little fooderies. Okay. So she came to the pregame event. I was shocked to see her, and like I said, they could have really did this together, but okay, y'all didn't want to do it together. Whatever. Wendy and Kay air kiss, and everybody was sitting around the table at this time. So Uh, then Miss Angel walks in, and Giselle in her confessional says, "What's wrong with Angel's titties? Okay, what's wrong with them? They are big and they're protruding, and that part of the dress is a little small because this lady I think is still nursing her kid." I don't know. Giselle just don't be having nothing to say. And wait till you see what Kay said about you and your outfit. Why you got something to say about somebody. And so, oh, come on, Pookie Bear. Oh, my cursor want to act up. Mm. Kay says there. Kay says there's a lot. Okay. I don't know why my thing is acting up. Kay says there's a lot of first, better, best with Wendy, which means Wendy likes to be first, better, or best. So at the end of the day, we're gonna have a great time. Wendy said, Wendy like, I just sat down. I ain't even said two words yet. And this comes out of Kay's mouth. Wendy says she thinks it's awkward that there's a constant desire to have an issue with me. Like Stacey says, how was no, Stacey says, how was Wendy being competitive in this moment? And that's because we get it choppy, y'all. They production sometimes chop it good and sometimes they don't chop it good. So evidently there was a little bit more to be that was said right there. But she was like, Stacey's like, how's she being competitive in this moment? She says, Wendy says, Stacey, you are so amazing. That's what Wendy said when all Stacey asked was like, how was she being, competitive in this moment? And here go Wendy. Stacey, you are so amazing. I said, and you are so fake and phony, girl. Just because somebody is asking something that you feels like is on your side, oh, that now they're amazing. She was like, Kay, we're enjoying. Oh, she said, we're you're amazing. Um, I'm sorry, because the way Stacey, you are so amazing. Kay, we're just enjoying them because it was choppy again. So she was like, no, we're just enjoying this moment. And so she was like, this is the pregame. Wendy has the nerve to tell Kay that she has pre-rehearsed lines. I'm like, didn't we accuse Wendy of that at one time? Some prior seasons, I think we accused Wendy of having rehearsed lines. I think so. Anyway, Tia realizes that Kay's mom is just watching everything unfold, but definitely letting her presence be known and felt. Okay. Giselle says to Kay, the thing that made her have a pause for the cause is Angel told her that you went back and told Angel that you didn't say chin check. So Giselle's like, so which makes me look like a liar. And so Giselle says, and I am not. Angel says, no, I didn't call you a liar. Angel's like, no, 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 no. I didn't call you a liar. But I known Kay for a long time. So I'm gonna believe what Kay says, you know, and I'm a you she said, I'm gonna choose to think that she wouldn't have used those words, you know. So, she's like, I just believe Kay because we've been friends for a long time. And she don't think that she would use those words to refer to Angel. She's like, y'all might not think it's a big deal, but to Angel, she thinks it was overly aggressive. Kay Kay says, okay, I understand that. And I received that. Stacy says, because that means punching you in the chin, right? Everybody's like, yep, that does mean. I said, wait, y'all going backwards, but okay, we're gonna go backwards. Kay says, and to be clear, I said it and I apologize for offending you, Angel. Angel says she apologized if Kay feels like um she said I apologize to Angel says I apologize to you, Kay, if you feel like I didn't have your back because I always have your back. And we thought it was going to be the end of it right then and there, but it wasn't, because that's when Wendy tells Angel, that's not the energy you had the other day. That's not the energy. You clearly had a different kind of energy in the store with us. So that was 2 days prior too. Let's be clear. That was 2 days prior. So anyway, Wendy says, because when you were at the store, you were hurt. We didn't use that. Well, I bet we didn't use that term. Oh, she was like, we didn't, yeah, we shouldn't use that term. Tia jumped in and said she didn't realize how aggressive the words were until Angel had told her. And I'm like, no, because I thought when they first said it, they told you, Tia, what chin check means. She's like, yeah, I don't know what that meant, remember? So now here you go, chiming in. But I see you, Tia. I see you. So yeah, Tia said she didn't realize it was an aggressive word until Angel told her that. And I'm like, that's not true. But Wendy says, even given what Kay experienced 2 years ago, remember you brought that up, Angel. And I was like, she did, but she didn't bring it up like that. She said, given what happened to her, I just couldn't believe that she would say something like that. And then Wendy was the one that was like, oh, you mean when she got hit upside the head? And I'm like, oh. So of course, producers show us a clip of that. Um, so yeah. So Wendy in the confessional says she is in the twilight zone because Angel was not exerting the same energy she had. And Wendy thinks that Kay did chin check Angel and told her, you better not bring it up around this group no more. I said, so now y'all trying to make Kay a bully. So I don't know why I said it's okay, sis. Oh, Kay says, here's the deal. You have the right to feel how you feel, but the chat you had with the ladies, she hopes that that'll be the last. And I think she just mean for me when she said that, and I hope that'll be the last, I'm thinking she means y'all had a dispute or it was a disagreement. You went and asked the ladies about it. She went and talked to somebody about it, and y'all didn't come to get y'all came together afterwards. What she's saying is, just don't go talk to the ladies about it. Come ask me. That's what I think she was saying. But no, the way the ladies took it, because they kind of jumped back like, wait, what? So let me go back and say it the way, excuse me, the way it was said. Um, she says, she hopes that that'll be the last time that you talk to the ladies. Um, and so okay, back now. What I hate when I do this. Every time I get to the end, I'm be so sorry. I think she just mean that she doesn't want Kay to talk behind Angel to talk behind her back to the girls. I said that. Okay, hold on. Let me get to the thing. She didn't. So okay, so the ladies' faces look like they got uncomfortable with what Kay said. So we get Giselle in her confessional saying if Kay didn't chin check Angel before, she definitely chin checked her in front of all the ladies because Angel, uh, she was like, Angel, shut up. she shut her down. She's like, Angel, shit. Oh, she's like, Angel, shut right down, right then. Angel looked at Wendy and says, talking about energy that I had the other day. Um, I didn't bring. She said, I didn't bring that energy today. Um, she said it's been like 2 days. I had some time to think about it, and process it. So no, I don't have the same. It doesn't. I don't have the same energy I had when it was disclosed to me, because then I was moving out of hurt and um out of shock. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was frustrated. And I was upset when I heard it, but I had a couple of days to think about it, so I'm not as mad right now. Um, so basically, she had time to process. Showcase. And Kay says, "The Angel, do you even like this lady?" Talking about Wendy. Like all of a sudden, here come Kay. Like, do you even like Wendy? Do you even like Wendy? Talking about to Angel, because Angel is trying to explain why she doesn't have the same energy that she had when she found out that Kay had said that she was chin check. And so Angel, before Angel could even say she liked the girl or not, Angel says, "Today I'm not a fan." I was like, okay. She was like, yeah. Kay says it again, like, so you don't like this lady. Stacy says, well, Stacy jumps in and says, why don't you like Wendy? Angel says she had a great day with her yesterday. Wendy says, so now you don't like me? Oh, so now you don't like me because you just said you had a good day with me yesterday, but now you don't like me. Angel said, Angel just said she just doesn't not like this conversation, basically calling me fake because the other day I had a certain energy and I don't have that energy today. Kay jumps in and says, well, that is being fake. I'm like, wait. Kay, even if that is being fake, why are you here? Why are you in this conversation right now? Let them do that, because now you're sounding like you are mad again with Angel. She's like, yeah, that is being fake if that's what you did. I was like, oh God. So Giselle and Stacy have an uncomfortable, whoa look on their face. That's how I was looking, like, are you okay? So um injury towards just Angela says that the other ladies didn't say what you just said, talking to Wendy. Oh, okay. So let me go back because I was like, what did I say? So Wendy got mad at Angel. She said, so you're mad at me and you're not mad at anybody else at the table when they were co-signing what I said? And she said, no, I'm not mad at everybody else. I'm mad at you because you, Wendy, just said it to me at this table. And then Giselle says, well, I agree with Wendy. I'm like, oh man, okay. So you're trying to tell Angel you agree with Wendy, which is not a problem, but it's just in the moment when she said it, I'm like, ooh, okay. Um, Wendy feels, wait. Yeah, Wendy said, I was just trying to get clarity. Wendy's like, I was just trying to get clarity. That's all I was trying to do. And I don't understand why Angel is not giving that energy to the person who said they chin checked her. I said, oh, you throwing it back in case court. Okay. Angel says, let's try and use some emotional intelligence. When you find out that, when you find out something that is hurt and shocking to you, you respond in one way, and then you can sleep on it and you can um have a different energy or think about it a different way the next day. True, depending on what it is and who the blame belongs to. So Wendy said, the way you just slipped on me is crazy. I don't know if I slipped. The way you just, I guess, went up on me is crazy. When, hold on, when she was like, yeah, the way you just came at me, wow, that's crazy. She was like, when all I said was like, I literally just wanted clarity. She was like, wow. Angela was like, yeah, Wendy, wow, to you. I said, okay. Giselle wants the ladies to get it all out before they go see the first lady. Um, Greg comes in and breaks the monotony. He's got his money. He's like, here, let me give the ladies some money so y'all can get ready to get to the races. Let's get up and go, because it was about to get ugly if they would have just allowed them to talk a little bit longer, and what they didn't. So they get on a nice sprinter. Angel says Bobby told her to drop a whole stack on the races. The ladies pop a bottle of champagne, and they toast to having fun. Giselle says, "Can we toast to Angel because she looks upset?" Angel says, no, I was mad." Like, ooh. She said, "But I'm fine now." She said, "But I'm fine now, and I appreciate you, Giselle, for that toast." Messy Giselle. "So you was mad at Wendy?" I was like, I can't. Angel says, "Yes, I was, but I was also mad. I was also generally mad." Which means she was still, in the, I don't know, in the confessional. She says she is feeling misunderstood. Oh, she says she's feeling misunderstood by the group. She owns who she is, and she knows who she is, and she's not there for anyone's validation. Kay understands how Angel feels, being new to the group. She understands all that, but I feel like, I don't know, Kay, you are really Wendy's behind for her to like you, but you got a home girl that's on the show, and you don't even really hang out with her. Even on the sprinter, she was sitting across from Kay. Angel was sitting across from Kay. So everybody was sitting together, and Angel was sitting on by herself. And it just looked weird to me. I was like, what is that about? So I forgot to type, do the rest of I was like 3 minutes off of what I needed to the rest of that. But Angel, Kay says she understands, how that could be, this is, trying to get along with the group, and trying to get your feet, trying to get acclimated to the group. And so I don't remember in this moment exactly how it ended, but I do know they didn't make it to the races yet. They just basically, Kay, you could just tell it's still a little uncomfortable. And not, like I said, I feel like Kay and Angel should be around each other a little bit more. Like we should see them like really hanging out, and the way that they're trying to make it seem like they're not getting along so early makes me nervous, because we already seen like Portia and Shamia, for instance, been friends forever, and now their friendship is estranged. So I don't want this to happen to those ladies. So I don't remember the very, very last thing that was said, but the ladies is on the sprinter, and they're on their way to the Preakness. Okay, so I am pretty much done with my recap and review. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And again, thank you guys for rocking with me. I am tired of I don't know why, when I go live, that my thing looks like it's glitching. I hate it. But thank y'all for rocking with me. And I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the way out. Make sure you're sharing me with your peoples. And follow me on my other social platforms. I am California Cutie on IG, on Threads, on um, what's the other? But Blue Sky. I'm California Cutie all the way across the boards. Don't forget, there's two E's with my name. Okay, and I also have. I don't be letting this banner. I don't be letting my banners move around. I be forgetting. But I also have my Cash App. I'll let it scroll across a little bit before I let you guys go. But not like literally, I really, really thank y'all for rocking with me for this Potomac review for season 10, episode 3. Chin check, chin check, chin check, chin check, chin check. Like Tia said. So yeah, it was cool. I don't know. You guys can rate it. I give this one probably about an 8. I'll give it about a 7.5, 8, somewhere up in there, you know. The girls, you know, I'm tired of the circular argument. It's getting taxing now. So let's get over that part of it. Let's figure it out. Wendy, if you're gonna be a real friend, be a real friend. If you're not, then stop. Okay. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I am. I am. I am. Take the banner off. Let's see. So yeah, y'all, again, thank y'all for rocking with me. Hit that like button. Make sure you guys have your notification bell on also every time I go live or I put a premiere out, you guys are in the know. Okay, that's how that works. Let me see. So yeah, I love y'all. Thank y'all, cuties. Um, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Matter of fact, a new Potomac will be out tomorrow. So I will catch you guys when I review that, or I'll catch you guys in one of my other reviews. Any other and plethora of things that I have. I have a lot of videos coming up. And thank y'all for y'all viewership. I mean, y'all been showing up for me and I appreciate it. Okay. You guys enjoy the rest of your morning, evening, noon, night, whatever you guys are doing. Have a good one. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, cuties.